a lot of people, what they have today is not what they need when they retire. So there's a gap. And there are a lot of ways to close that gap, either through pulling levers in the business or pulling levers on the personal side. And that's what we're talking about today. This is video number 5 in a series where I lay out the process of establishing your exit plan and then implementing your exit plan so you can successfully exit your business. In the first few videos, we talked about valuing your business, discovering your timeline and your goals, discovering your gap, creating the exit plan, and then today we're focusing on closing that gap. So what do I mean by closing the gap? Well, it's pretty simple. When in the early stages of the exit planning process, it's really important to figure out what the business is worth and what your personal financial resources are. Are those, the combination of those two things, going to be enough to sustain you in retirement so you don't run out of money? If you've ever heard, I forget who invented it, but there's like the 4 quadrants of to-dos. And where exit planning falls typically is the important but not urgent. And those are always the tasks that get pushed to the bottom. Those are always like the running to-do list. I should do this, I should do this, I should do this. But because it's not urgent, or at least it may not be urgent until it's too late, you know, sometimes we wait, and that's why a lot of exit plans fail, or people who don't do an exit plan fail to exit their business successfully, is because that lower quadrant of not urgent but important always stays there. And so we really have to work towards elevating some of the exit planning process to the important and urgent. And how we do that is by tackling it one little bit at a time. Now that the exit plan is actually created, because again, we don't start getting to work until we've crafted the plan. The plan is the roadmap. It tells us where we're going to go, what we're going to do, what steps we're going to take to successfully exit your business. So the plan dictates what the action items are that you actually do in the implementation of the exit plan. So this is the fun part, because this is where the real work begins. And I think a lot of people, they make a couple of mistakes in this area. One is they want to get to work right away. They know that they're not where they want to be, and without kind of stepping back and taking that 30,000 foot view and really understanding what it is that they should do, what it is that's going to have the most impact, they just hit the ground running and they get to work right away. But really, when it comes to exiting your business, especially when it comes to closing that gap, we want to focus on the right things. These are the things that are going to have the most impact to actually close the gap, get from where you are today to where you need to be. So I want to take this opportunity, when we talk about closing the gap, what are some specific things that you can do to actually close that gap? And what you're going to see on your screen here, it's a list of, these are some really common ways, both in the business and on the personal side, where you can close your gap. And I just want to focus on 2 of those levers, one on the business side and one on the personal side. So the example that I highlighted here on this slide that you're seeing is diversifying your customer or revenue base. This is a key value driver that can really help increase the value of your business. A lot of businesses have some key customer-client relationships. I was talking to someone yesterday actually who wants to start the process of exiting her business, and she has 2 very well-known clients, big brands, like household name brands. Those are her 2 biggest clients. They make up the vast majority of her revenue. That's a problem. right? And I think most of you understand why. If one of those client relationships falls by the wayside, all of a sudden she's gonna have her business could go under, or she's really gonna have to rethink things. So it's better to diversify your customer base now while you still maintain those relationships. One of the examples that I've been talking about throughout this video series is a dental practice. So in the early stages of these videos, we did a valuation for a dental practice and I showed you what that looked like. It's called Keegan's Family Dental. And Keegan's Family Dental, one of the things that she can do that's related to this value driver and increasing the value of her business is her practice is really dependent on insurance reimbursements. Insurance reimbursements, when it comes to dental practices in particular, are much less attractive than fee-for-service practices where you have cash-paying clientele. So one of the things that Keegan could do to increase the value of her business, she's got plenty of patients, she's not needing to diversify her customer base, but she does need to diversify her revenue stream and figure out ways that she can incentivize more of her patients to pay with cash. Now, for some of these things, you may have to hire an outside business consultant who can help you implement some of these value drivers for your business. But if Keegan can really get away from relying mostly on insurance reimbursements and move to cash paying clientele as an incentive for that for her patients, then that's going to grow the value of her business. One of the other tools in the Close Your Gap toolbox that I wanted to highlight that's related to both the business and the personal side is a cash balance plan. So you'll see the cash balance plan down kind of in the middle of the page there. A lot of people don't really know what a cash balance plan is, but it is a powerful tool. If you are about 5 to 10 years from retirement, the business is profitable, there's lots of cash flow, you can actually sock away a couple $100,000 or more every single year inside of a cash balance plan. It's a huge tax deduction for the business, and it allows you to really accelerate what you're saving. I've seen, illustrations of plans where you can save between the 401k, the profit sharing plan, and the cash balance plan. You can get like $300,000 into your tax deferred retirement accounts in a given year. It's very powerful. It works really well in conjunction with a closely held either family business or when you're going to transfer business to insiders, and there may not be a lot of cash available for them to pay you out and get what you need at your exit. This is one of the ways that you can fund your retirement through the business and get a tax deduction through the business for it. But it more, rather than increasing the value of the business, it more increases your personal net worth and helps close the gap that way. Exit planning can go in a lot of different directions. Once you craft the plan, then we can get to work. And the amount of work and what we do and the different things that we might do as part of the exit plan is all determined on, what that exit path looks like and how big your gap is. So I would encourage you, if you haven't yet watched the other videos in this series, get a feel for this process. I encourage you to value your business. That is the first step on a successful exit plan journey, because you need to know what you're dealing with today. Take stock. What is your business worth today? Is it worth what you need it to be? And then we can establish the timeline and goals and move forward from there. If you go to truenorthra.com/value my business, I have a free software tool where you can value your business on your own. We can also, here at True North, we can also help you with that process as well. But you'll get a free checklist of the 8 critical pieces of information that you need to value your business, plus free lifetime access to the valuation tool, so you can get a value for your business, and then you can go back in a month, 2 months, 5 months, 5 years, and revalue your business as you implement some of these value drivers and as the business value changes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, won't you please like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Ashley Michike, and I hope to see you next week. Do you have a gap? Is there a gap you need to close?